Imagine waking up on an ordinary Sunday morning, coffee, breakfast, the usual routine. But then you drive to work, and your workplace happens to be a 1-mile oval of concrete in Dover, Delaware. Someone hands you a helmet, points you toward a 3,000-pound machine built entirely around speed, and tells you one thing: the first person to cross that finish line walks away with $1 million. That is exactly the situation facing 19 elite NASCAR drivers today at Dover Motor Speedway. No championship points, no playoff implications, just a single race, a single winner, and a check with 7 zeros on it. The NASCAR All-Star Race was created in 1985 around one simple idea: take the best drivers, remove the pressure of championship points, and let them race without the cautious instincts that regular season racing sometimes demands. Tonight, nobody needs to protect their car for next week. You either go for the win, or you go home with nothing. This year marks something genuinely historic. For the first time in the event's 41-year history, the All-Star Race is being held at Dover Motor Speedway, a track that has hosted NASCAR since 1969 but has never, until now, been chosen for this occasion. That choice was no accident. Dover brings a brutality that perfectly matches a winner-take-all format. Dover is a 1-mile concrete oval, and concrete behaves completely differently at racing speeds than the asphalt most modern tracks use. It reflects heat directly back into the tires, causing aggressive and uneven wear. A tire that feels perfectly planted at lap 10 can feel like it is skating on ice by lap 30. And that transition from grip to no grip at Dover is not gradual, it is sudden and violent, and it almost always ends with a car meeting the outside wall. The corners are banked at 24 degrees. Kyle Larson was hitting nearly 158 miles per hour in practice. The forces pushing drivers into their seats through each corner equal roughly 2.5 times their own body weight for 200 consecutive laps. And because the track is only a mile long, drivers spend the majority of every lap fighting those corners, fighting tire wear, and fighting the wall simultaneously. The nickname Monster Mile is not marketing. It is a warning earned over more than 50 years of racing. One small mistake at Dover does not just cost you a position, it ends your race entirely. The main event is 200 laps. The driver who finishes first receives $1 million. Second place receives nothing beyond the standard appearance fee. That gap, an entire $1 million between first and second, forces every driver to make decisions they would never make on a normal points-paying Sunday. The field includes current points leader Tyler Reddick, veterans Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, and Chase Elliott, defending All-Star champion Christopher Bell, and aggressive contenders like Ross Chastain and Ryan Blaney. Every driver on this grid has won at the highest level of American motorsport. But tonight centers on two names above all others: Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson. Denny Hamlin drives the number 11 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. He is 45 years old, a 22-year Cup Series veteran with over 50 race wins, including multiple Daytona 500 victories. He qualified on pole, and the way he did it tells you everything about who he is as a competitor. During his qualifying warm-up lap, before his timed run had even begun, his car spun out completely on the corner entry. Full spin. On camera. In front of every competitor watching from pit lane. Most drivers would feel that moment rattling around in their head for every corner that follows. Hamlin didn't flinch. He gathered the car, composed himself, and posted the fastest qualifying time of the entire session, pole position by nearly 0.2 of a second. Afterward, he described the experience as quite eventful for sure, and moved on. That is Denny Hamlin under pressure. Kyle Larson drives the number 5 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. He is 33 years old, and when it comes to this specific race, his record is almost difficult to believe. He has won the All-Star Race 3 times since 2019. No active driver in tonight's field can match that number. His practice pace this weekend was not marginally better than the field. He was running 157.950 miles per hour consistently across multi-lap runs, which matters far more than a single quick lap. Larson makes constant micro-adjustments through every corner that allow him to extract maximum performance from his tires right up to the edge without crossing into disaster. On concrete as sensitive as Dover's, that instinct is an enormous advantage. Two other drivers carry genuine winning potential. Kyle Busch won Friday's Truck Series race here at Dover 2 days ago on this exact surface. He already knows how the concrete is behaving, where the grip is, and how tire wear is developing. That knowledge is worth something significant tonight. And Tyler Reddick, who leads the 2026 Cup Series standings, brings the kind of quiet discipline and patience that Dover's 200-lap tire war tends to reward in the final stages. The details that will actually determine tonight's winner go beyond simply having the fastest car. Goodyear brought a tire combination to Dover this weekend that will wear aggressively. Left side compounds from Bristol similarly punishing concrete, right side compounds matching last year's Dover specification. These tires will degrade significantly, and managing that degradation will be the central challenge for every crew chief on pit lane. The strategic tension is straightforward but brutal. The fastest driver wants to stay out as long as possible to exploit their speed. But the longer any car runs on Dover's concrete, the more dramatically its handling degrades. A car that is 2 seconds per lap faster on fresh rubber might be only half a second faster after 30 laps on the same set. And once Dover tires cross a certain threshold, the grip disappears suddenly, and an unpredictable car at 158 miles per hour on concrete is already pointing toward the outside wall. One wrong pit stop call, 1 inch too many toward the wall at turn 2, and $1 million disappears in the blink of an eye. At this track, on this day, that is not dramatic language. That is a precise description of how this race will be decided. The honest prediction: Larson has the fastest car, and his record in this specific race is unmatched. If tonight were decided purely by speed and instinct, he wins without much debate. But Hamlin starts from the front with clean air, track position, and one of the sharpest strategic operations in the Cup Series. His composure under pressure, demonstrated so clearly in qualifying, is the kind of quality that decides 200-lap races on concrete. Larson will make at least one move in the final 50 laps that will be replayed for years, something only he would attempt at that speed. And for a moment, it will look like he is writing another chapter in his All-Star Race legend. But Hamlin's composure and strategic execution will be the deciding factor. That said, this is Dover Motor Speedway. Dover has been defying predictions since 1969. If someone else entirely takes that checkered flag, a Busch, a Chastain, a Reddick, it will be because the Monster Mile reminded everyone that on this track, nobody is guaranteed anything until the very last lap is complete. Today, for the first time in 41 years of history, the NASCAR All-Star Race is at Dover. 19 elite drivers, 200 laps of concrete, $1 million for exactly one person. The race begins at 1 p.m. Eastern on FS1 and HBO Max.